Hi, I'm Bill Staton, and we're here at the Belle of Baton Rouge Casino in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're at the Legends of One Pocket, and we have a very unusual match here. Not unusual, but they are the two best players in the tournament. My special guest is none other than Scott Smith, our tournament director.
Hi, Bill Staton. It's my pleasure being here with you, and man, this is a good one that we've got to look forward to. Efren Reyes and Buddy Hall.
Listen, why don't you fill the people in on a little bit of their accomplishments? I know you just did it for the audience here, but how about the people out here in
Absolutely,
video
my
land?
pleasure. Buddy Hall lost the lag, it appears. I'm not sure who did, but anyway, Buddy Hall is currently ranked number 3 on the 1998 Camel Pro Billiards Series. Last year in 1997, he ended up the year in the number 2 ranking on the what is pretty much the major tour in the world today, the Camel Pro Billiards Series. And Buddy is already 3-time Player of the Year, and Bill, he appears to be in the driver's seat for this year's Player of the Year awards also. He has 4 major titles to his credit, plus the Florida State 9-Ball Championship and the Texas State 9-Ball Championship. And his counterpart, Efren Reyes of the Republic of the Philippines, is a 2-time World 8-Ball champion. He won stop number 2 on this year's Camel Pro Billiards Series in Philadelphia. And he's currently ranked number 2 going into the 7th stop on the Camel Series next week in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And game number 1, Buddy Hall will be breaking the balls.
This is a race to 4. And as once again, we're at the Belle of Baton Rouge Casino in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
All right, 4 out of 7 alternate breaks.
Buddy has broken the balls fairly well. Actually, I think Efren will. I don't know exactly what he's going to do here, but if I think he will probably play off that 15 ball, which is the lone ball, right there by his pocket, and try to park the cue ball underneath the 12. What do you think, Scott?
Bill, that looks like probably the selection of the shot he's going to make to me, too. He's you're much more knowledgeable in this particular aspect of pocket billiards than I am, but that looks like the shot that he's actually going to try to move the 12 ball. No, he's going to play he took an intentional.
He took an intentional. The main thing there, he did not want to leave a bank on that 15 ball, which is across over there near his pocket. Had he kicked it to 12 ball, he would have just left the 15 across corner bank and would give Buddy a very excellent opportunity to begin the game.
And Buddy reminded Efren to put up a coin there because that was a foul. And Buddy Hall's at the table here. And actually, the break didn't open up very many balls, Bill.
No, it didn't. Apparently, most of the balls have been breaking extremely well. I mean, sometimes the guys would break them and all 15 balls would be separated.
Yeah.
Here, there's only about 5 of them that actually
looked like he might have taken a little bit off that initial shot, but here we go. Buddy Hall shooting after Efren took an intentional.
I think he's going to just shoot this 3 ball up the table and park the cue ball over there, hopefully hiding the 7.
Well, he also wants to hide the 12, and the players will always use the stack to be a shield to protect the balls that are close to their pocket, and he's done so. It actually looks like Efren might be able to have a little window there between the 1 ball and the rack.
It must be quite close there on this 7 ball, which is the ball on the rail over there to the right out of your sight. There it is.
Yeah.
If he could hit this, he could. Well, he could still leave a bank on that 15 ball, so I know he's considering that. While there's a little pause here while Efren's deciding what to do, I would like to say that we're in the building here called Catfish Town. And I have eaten my share of catfish this weekend. And I've also gotten bitten by a couple of sharks. Not the real kind, the pool shark kind. Efren has made the first mistake in this match.
Well, he tried to bank the 7 towards his pocket, and he didn't hit it as well as he'd like to, and he did give up a shot at the 12 ball. Now, there's 4 or 5 balls that are laying outside of the rack. Bill, is he going to play position on the 7 or the 15 after the 12, or is he going to go right up to the top here and try to open the more balls up by shooting the 1?
Well, actually, I think he's going to go over for the 7 or the 15, which are the 2 balls that are on the left-hand side of your screen there. But he also could go, well, let me see how he's stroking this ball. Yeah, he's headed over that way. Now, if he gets around it, he could also have the 1 if he happens to go between the 7. That's what he's decided to do. He went between them, and then he'd end up with the 1 ball.
Well, I think he wanted a little better angle than that, similar to a straight pool break, don't you think, Bill, where the cue ball would have been a little bit higher and where he allowed him to pocket the one and go into the rack at the same time?
He could also, if he were a little higher, he wouldn't even have to go into the rack, but it would be nice if he could, and then he could slide over for the 7 and the 15. But he's in a position here where he can go. No, he's going to go across the table and come back and try to pocket the 7 ball, which
So
is.
he's cueing the ball with high right-hand English.
Boy, he has
and
laid
boy,
it.
hit that nice.
Now he has a little angle on this 7 ball. If he wants to go into this pack now, he could possibly loosen up a few more balls.
Yep. Yeah, he'll pocket the 7 and follow the cue ball into probably the 9, it looks like. Maybe he's going to take a bank on the 15 afterwards.
No, that's right.
There it is.
Well, he did both. He went into the balls and played position on the bank on the 15 and loosened up one more ball.
Right. Well, actually, the 14, I think the 14 will clear if he plays position on the 8 ball next.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be able to pocket the 15 on the bank and come around for the 8. And if he takes out the 8 second, he can go up and play position on the 14 ball.
He might play the 13 ball next. Well, he has a choice here.
Yep.
Actually, I think the 8 ball would be the best play.
Yeah, he's looking at the 14. I think he wants to make sure that it clears after he takes the 8 out of the way here. So he's on a 4-ball run right now. He's left himself an angle to get position on the 13 after this, but it's not exactly what he wanted to do. I think he wanted to be a little further up.
Yes, he wanted to be at least another 2 feet up there. This way he can only pocket this one ball. He would like to have had the angle that you were talking about before where he could go into the pack
Right.
and loosen up some balls. Right now he can shoot this ball and go 2 rails and play position on this 13 ball up there. That's by the side pocket.
Right. If he does it any other way than that, he runs a risk of not getting the shot that he desires.
1 rail, 2 rails. I didn't like the way he went out to that. He looked like he was going for the 3 ball.
Yeah,
if he could get on the 3 ball, he could run out. That'd be unusual. Only
Right.
3 or 4 balls were loose.
7. He's on 6 now, and he's got 2 balls that are still open and not messed up with the rack there. Those other 7 balls. If he could pocket the 3 and get some kind of shot at the 13, he might just win game number 1.
You know, had he gotten just a little bit better on this 3 ball, he could have pocketed it and then the 13 and run out from nowhere, I would say.
No, I think he's going to shoot at the 3.
He's definitely shooting at it, but it will just barely get to the pocket if it does get here. He rolled it up close.
Well, his speed came up a little bit short, and he allowed Reyes a easy opportunity to take the 3 ball out. But Buddy scores 6 balls there.
Now here is a
Efren knows
shot.
one.
Here is a shot that Efren may play. He might try to bank this ball across corner and put the cue ball into the rack there and break them up. But it's not quite the angle that he would like in order to do that. But I think that's what he's going to try to do. Watch this spin on this cue ball. There's the spin into the rack.
Nice call, Bill. Yeah, he was able to advance the 3 towards his pocket, and it looks like the 9 is going to interfere with. Well, actually, Buddy might have a shot on the 3 ball.
I think there's a bug flying around Buddy there. He is trying to get rid of him.
And Buddy lines up to shoot the 3 cross corner. Now he gets up off the shot.
You know, we've narrowed it down to only have 4 players. These 2 players and Cliff Joyner and Shannon Dalton. And from the beginning, if you would have chosen, these are the 4 players that I would have chosen. Would you have chosen a couple more, maybe?
I think you have
Varner?
to throw Nick Varner into the mix a little bit, but yeah, these are definitely 4 of the greatest one-pocket players that are alive today.
You know, I will say this much, that in the one pocket, the cream comes to the top. Now, if this were a 9-ball tournament, it would be very difficult to predict the last 4 finalists.
Right.
And in this one pocket, it is.
Yeah, they're pretty much like thoroughbreds. They run true to form.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Buddy opts to advance this 9 towards his pocket. He's left the 9 blocked by the 3-ball.
No, I think he can hit that. Because I saw Buddy make kind of a gesture that the ball rolled out. Now, if Efren could pocket this ball, he could get back in this game.
I still think he doesn't have a full
He's
ball.
He's banking at it, I promise you. You watch.
Yep, he sure is. And he makes a great shot on the 9-ball, cross corner.
If he can make this 3-ball, he is right back in this game.
Well, that's the thing that makes Efren so dangerous. Is his nickname is the Magician, and he does have a lot of magic in that cue. And he can, like you say, if he gets the 3-ball pocketed and gets on the other side of the stack, he's got an opportunity to get right back in this.
This is one of the things he does better than anybody I know. That was spinning the ball, and at long distances too. And what he'll do here, he'll pocket the 11 ball, which is the striped ball there, just to the left of the balls at your cluster there. And he'll come around and try to get an angle on that orange ball, the 5 ball. Now, if he gets an angle on this 5 ball, there it is. And it just could not put it any more perfect. All he'll do is pocket this orange ball, tickle that green ball, the 6 ball that's in the middle there, and that will open up all 3 of those balls there.
Well, he's playing for 9 balls as he was -1 coming into the shot.
He just has to run all the balls on the table.
Does he have the angle that he needs?
He's got the angle, I promise you.
If he doesn't, he's going to cheat it a little bit.
Uh-oh. Well, it may have lined up. The 6 ball, he looks like he can pocket the 10.
Well, he does have an opportunity to shoot a 2-6 combination. And I think he's going to take the 10 first, though. He's looking at the combination.
You were right. He did not quite have the angle that he would have liked on that 5. Had it just been another small half an inch, he would have been able to knock that 6 on out of the way.
Game of inches.
You weren't kidding. He's playing the 10 ball, coming back.
All right, he's eyeing the combination, the 2-6 combination. And as you mentioned earlier, he is probably the best in the world at spinning the ball. He's going to spin the ball here to hold it to get a shot at the 2, I believe.
Apparently this 2 ball, he's got to cut it back very thin from the angle that we can see here. Let's see if it is. He might play position on the 4 ball if it is that way. That's what he has done. Oh, he missed it.
Well,
that's a little unusual.
He has to pay a ball here, and that might interfere with the 2 ball. It's hard to tell if that 10 clears or not, but
no, the 10 does not clear. The only shot that he has here is he can play the 13 or he can play the 6.
Well, your first selection appears to be what he opts to do. He's going to try to cut the 13 down the rail into his corner pocket and float the cue ball to the other side of the table with a position on one of several balls. And he hit it pretty good. That puts Buddy on 7. He needs 1 to wrap up game number 1. And Buddy Hall wins game number 1. He leads the match 1-0. Well, there's been quite a bit of discussion all week long, Bill, about the pace of the games and everything, and that game there went rather quickly.
Yes, it did not take very long. Anytime you run the 6-7 balls at a time, it doesn't take very long. You aren't kidding. And the crowd loved it.
Yeah, poor Julian, our cameraman on the handheld up there, he had to work overtime last night on the Varner and the Shannon Dalton match. I was wondering about that poor guy's back.
He's talking about our cameraman here on our left. He's very patient.
And Efren's breaking the balls in game number 2. And he is going to break to the same side that Buddy Hall chose to break to earlier. And this break, he opened up a few more balls. It looks like his break's a little bit going to put more damage in on Buddy Hall than the first break did.
Well, first looking, I would have to say he's going to shoot to 6 into the 10. Those are the 2 balls that are just above the spot. And stop the cue ball right up against the 11.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, I don't see many outs for this one right here. As you say, the break spread out a lot of balls here. Buddy would make a mistake here early. Efren would probably run enough balls that would probably make him a prohibitive favorite in the second game. Now, Efren took a scratch on his initial shot.
Right.
And had an opportunity to win the game had he made that combination. Coming from 6-0 down and -1.
It was a little uncharacteristic for Efren. Usually when he shoots at 2 balls like that in a combination, he doesn't generally miss them as much as he did that last shot. I was surprised.
We're up here in the booth. We're quite a ways away from the table here, and so it's kind of difficult for us to see the angles. Let's see if he shoots his 6 ball into the 10. That's what he's looking at. The only reason that he is reluctant to shoot it, the 10 ball would go over and hit the orange ball, which is the ball on the right-hand side there, kind of alone.
5 ball?
There's a 5 ball up above the 2. If that 10 goes into it, it just knocks more balls down towards Efren's pocket. I think that's still what he's elected to do. He'd like to miss that orange ball. Let's see if the 10 misses the orange. Oh, I know what he's doing. He's going to hit it hard. Going down the table and try to leave a combination.
Well,
you know, it turned out pretty well.
He cleared out some balls, but he also gave Efren 1.
The only thing about it, 13 is not an easy shot, and he can only get 1 ball.
Yeah, it almost appeared as Buddy was going to dare him to shoot that 13 ball.
Likely what he thought he was going to do was going to leave a combination. And the 5 ball came down and hit the 4 ball and knocked it in the pocket.
Is he going to come behind the 10 ball and kick it over? No.
Oh, looky here. Wow, he made a bad mistake there. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, he flirted with the scratch in the corner pocket in Buddy Hall's pocket, and it appears that he's left a bank on the 3.
He has, and Buddy will just bank this 3 and hopefully not hit that 5.
That's the lowest ball in the middle of the table there, and he's going to bank it 1 rail cross corner towards his pocket, and it will allow him to leave the cue ball. He wasn't happy. He thought he was going to hit one of the balls in the stack, it appeared. What about this 2-9-15?
I don't think it's good. He does not even look like he's considering it.
Well, by not hitting any of the balls, he's left himself without a shot on the 12. And once again, he's going to try to advance some balls to his corner and not give Efren a shot here. I think he'll shoot into the 6 and
I'll have to, there's so many ways to go here. When I say there aren't many options to be very aggressive, and he does not have a shot, I think he's looking to see to possibly, well, he's looking to see if there's something that he has overlooked. He could shoot his yellow ball, the 1 ball, into that 12 ball. No, he's...
Well, he elects to not even shoot at any of the balls in the lower part of the table. He's going to address the 10 and the 13, which are the 2 balls on the right side of the table by the side pocket. All right, he moves the 10 to his side of the table and leaves Efren sort of jacked up on the 13. With no possible chance of making a ball in his pocket, it doesn't appear.
Efren looks like he's trying to bank the 12 ball across corner. No? Okay. From this angle, it was very difficult to tell. Now
he simply opened up the 5-7, and he advanced the 5 towards his pocket and has left Buddy behind the stack.
this put Buddy in a very difficult situation here.
Don't you always try to play where you have a ball on either side of your pocket, as the 5 and the 7 are here?
Yes, he's referring to the 2 balls down here near Efren's pocket. Plus, now you have them hidden also by the stack.
Right, it puts extra heat on Buddy.
Yes.
All right, he's.
You know, a lot of times the shots are very obvious what to shoot. But in a situation like this, there's not any particular obvious way to get out of it.
This is where the fine minds of one pocket surface here. And we got 4 of them left, that's for sure. It's Cliff Joyner and Shannon Dalton are on the one-loss side. This is Buddy Hall and Efren Reyes on the winner's side. Bella Baton Rouge and Legend of One Pocket for the second of 2 stops in 1998. Okay, Buddy's ready to shoot here, Weenie Beenie.
He's going 3 rails with the cue ball. What? No, wait a minute. Let me see. Well, he went 2 rails and made a nice shot. Well, it ended up he went and made 4 rails.
Well, essentially what he wanted to do is leave the cue ball on Reyes' side, leaving the only shot as a possible combination, but he almost looked like he hit that a little different than he wanted to, because that one almost went right in the corner.
I tell you, it did not leave a very easy shot.
And once again, Buddy Hall almost defies Reyes to take an offensive shot at either of these 2 balls on his side of the pocket. Efren's shooting at the 1. And he slides into the stack and uses it as protection where Hall has no shot.
Now what Efren has accomplished here, he is hiding those 2 balls as you were talking about. On the right-hand side, the orange ball, the orange ball or yellow, the 5 ball, and the 7 ball, which is nearest to the rail down here near his pocket. But you notice the cue ball is there behind all the balls where he cannot knock them away. And he's got Buddy in a very tough spot again. That last shot that Buddy attempted, had that cue ball not gotten over there near the pocket there, you know, would have left the 5 ball straight in. So he controlled the cue ball extremely well.
Absolutely, yeah. He needed to keep it behind the 13 ball, which is would block the open shot at the 5. All right, here's Buddy Hall.
He is trying to draw this cue ball down here near the 7 ball. The 7 ball is the one right next to the rail. Watch this. See how close he gets to the 7.
All right, great shot, great call. Yeah, he needed to.
That's just great
get the
cue ball control.
He needed to get the cue ball below the 5 ball and still stay on this side, the right side of the 7 ball, and he accomplished both feats there.
Now that shot didn't look like much to most people, but this audience is a very knowledgeable audience, and they applauded. Now that didn't look like much of a shot to the average person, but believe me, it was a good shot.
Absolutely, the speed was tremendous.
Now Efren's going to just tickle this 7 ball, and he's going to go 2 rails with the cue ball and put it back over near the 15 and the 9. Here it comes. There's the 15 and the 9 right there. But Buddy has squirmed a little bit, and he's gotten the 7 ball out of there. And he's still alive. Buddy can't put the cue ball down where he put it 2 shots ago, down at that right-hand upper corner
13
pocket.
13 is much closer to
the
5
13
now.
is much closer. It's a lot easier shot, and I don't think it would. He's thinking of that, but I would not advise it. Sometimes you just have to give up a shot.
And on that note, Buddy looks up here to the booth. But Efren's got him in a tough spot because but he appears to be looking like he's going to take the cue ball down table.
I
Well, he almost gave up a shot at the 5. I think he's okay, though.
think he'll shoot the combination. To me, I think I would have preferred to have put the cue ball over near the rail in the event that he would miss it. He'd leave a shot. He's shooting at the 5 ball. This is very close.
Well, he bobbles it in. It's pretty much all that he had of the ball to shoot at to begin with. He didn't have a clean shot to hit a little more concisely than he did.
Now, Buddy has wiggled, what I call wiggling, and he's only given up a couple of balls, maybe 3, and he's still alive. And most of the balls near his side now, so he is slowly going to be in an offensive position.
Reyes appears to be eyeing the 8 ball. Is there enough room for it to clear the 12 ball in the bank?
It would be very close. The cue ball would come down and probably hit the 7 and the 12 at the same time, so it's a very risky shot.
Well, he might just hit it softly and lay the cue ball down here on the end rail.
You know, it'd be a great video, I think, sometimes if you would put a headset on the players and let him give the audience what he thinks he's going to try to do.
Yeah, I agree with you. It might be quite astounding, some of the stuff these guys come up with.
Efren's just going to tickle this 6. I call it tickling. He came up a little short here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he thinned the 6, and he actually left Buddy on the wrong side of the table.
Yes, he would have liked to have hidden this 13 ball over here on the rail or the 6 ball. He meant to come back a little further, but he still didn't make, a major, not a mistake. What Buddy's going to attempt to do here is hit this 6, 2 rails, and put the cue ball up against that 2-14, right there at the spot. The cue ball will be near the spot. Well, he elected to just stay right there so he could possibly make it.
Well, he banks a 6, 2 rails down towards his corner pocket. His speed was a little bit short of what he wanted, I would think.
Yeah, had he hit it a little bit more and brought the cue ball back over to the spot, he would have had a lot better chance of going in. He wanted to make sure he controlled the cue ball.
All right, Reyes is at the table. He trails the match 1-0. And in game number 2, he actually leads this game 2-0. And
there's another ball. The players should take the balls out of the pocket and put them over here where we can see them, because you cannot see into the pocket. Someone else has another ball now. I think it's Efren. And no, Buddy made the 3 ball. He made the 3 ball bank. So
right.
the ball's score is 2-1. Efren, yes.
Okay.
Efren shooting at this 8 ball this time. Now watch this 7 and 12. Now, had that 12 not been there, it would have gone in.
Wow.
It's a great shot.
Great shot as it was. He shot the 8 towards his hole, and like you said earlier, Beanie, the cue ball was going to have to go into the 7 and the 12. They did move, and the 8 ball kicked the 12 over to his pocket. So
you never know if Efren was playing the combination going over there with his fertile mind. I've played him before, and I'm telling you, he comes up with some shots that are way beyond most people's thinking. What Buddy's going to do here is probably shoot in the 8 ball, make the 8 go over and knock the 12 in, and the 8 will go down the table. He'll bounce the cue ball about an inch or so off the rail. Oh, he elected to go for the 8. Wow, that's, boy, you're talking about a shot. You think there isn't pressure on that shot?
Now, is that 9-15 wired?
It may be, because he is definitely looking at it. I'll tell you, shooting that 8 ball, if he missed it, you could just about. He's giving the game up.
Right.
Let's see what he selected to do here. I'm laughing at our producer. He dropped his something over there and it made quite a noise. But he's shooting the 6 ball, drawing the cue ball into the 14. There it is.
Well, if the 9-15 goes now, he's got a much better shot at it. He's close in.
He may be shooting.
And,
that's what he's electing to shoot.
Yeah,
and just tickle the 11 ball over there. It did not get exactly like he would have liked here. He's got an almost straight in.
Well, 3, 7, 9 balls are gone. Reyes has 2, possibly 3. Okay. Is there a penalty to pay this game here? Or are they both?
No, there's no penalties.
No penalty
the coin is
pay.
in the middle of the table there.
Okay, so Buddy simply needs 8. This would be his 4th ball, I think. 3rd or 4th ball.
Yes, he has 4 at this point. 3, 6, 9 balls left on the table. Efren has 2. Buddy wins this game. Then Buddy to break. He would take a commanding position in this match.
Absolutely.
All right, Buddy Hall is over here. He's out of your sight, but take a look at what he is doing.
Yeah, he has brought up John Steyer's product of Mandyville, Louisiana, right here close to New Orleans. It's called the Q-Reach, and it allows him to put an extension on his cue and reach this shot on the 11.
Look how far he can reach. All right, he's taking it off. Apparently, it's still not comfortable with it. He's probably going to use the bridge. All right. Well, we can give another commercial here for Mike Danner's Stretch Bridge.
Mike Danner, the stretch system. As a matter of fact, this morning I helped him do a little instructional video that Pat and ACCUSTATS helped us put together, and it's quite a tool. Quite a tool, the stretch system. Mike Danner of Seattle, Washington.
What do you think he's doing? Is he drawing it or just taking it?
I think he's going to follow
it down for the 9, hopefully. Oh, he did it beautifully.
And hit it nice and clean.
Well, that's a nice shot. Hey, that's a pretty good endorsement for that stretch system.
Now he's got a shot on the 7 or the 9. Appears that he'll shoot the 9 and play position on the 2 of the 14.
2,
or
14,
possibly the 1.
Even the 1 ball. Buddy has 5 balls. He needs 3 more. He's looking to see if the 2 and the 14 or the 2 fits by the 14 in that pocket. It does, because I can tell the way he's stroking the ball. He's just going to pocket the 9 ball, go out over to the rail and back out in the middle of the table. Came up a little short.
Ooh.
This was a...
Yeah, that's a big shot there, because...
Now, had he come there 6 inches, it would have been over. Now, it is questionable.
Yeah.
He wants to take a big risk here of shooting his 2 ball. He is very disappointed with the shot that he just made, because he came up a good 18 inches short on that shot.
Yep.
He's just going to sacrifice the 12 here. Now.
Yeah. That's probably the right shot there. He's not giving Efren an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake that he's made. He gives Efren another ball. So that's...
Buddy leads in balls, 6 games to 3. Or 6 balls to 3.
6 balls to 3 in game 2. All right, Mr. Reyes is at the table.
He would never shoot this shot if he were not behind. He's just going to give Buddy what I call a sucker shot. You know, I'm always been a sucker. I'll go for this 1 ball here.
Well, actually, he left him an angle such that the cue ball could come up with another shot if he makes the 1. He's simply going to hit a medium speed, and the cue ball might go right into the 2 and give him a shot at the 14. But
he's going to shoot the 7 ball. He is ahead, 6 balls to 3.
It's not much sucker in Buddy, huh?
This is what he's supposed to do. You're just going to cross this 7, knock it back down by the 10 ball. There's the cross, and the 7's going right up, and it's almost a little harder than it'd been up there dancing with the 10. I know exactly what Efren would like to do here, but the pocket is blocked. He would love to bank this 14 ball 2 rails, but the 7 blocked it.
Well, let's see. Looks like he's going to shoot towards the 1 here.
He's going to try to put the cue ball. Wow.
Well, he actually shot a very offensive shot.
Boy, that was an aggressive shot. It certainly was.
Exactly.
And
Trying
he
to
hit
bank
it.
the 1 rail.
Hit it a little thick, and then he ran into the 10 ball. Had he hit it a little thinner, you know, it might have possibly gone, and he would have been out, maybe. There must be a bug bothering Buddy there. I cannot see it, but Buddy hollered up here to booth. We got a flash water. I don't have one, Buddy.
Well, Buddy's down the ball. He's got 6 in this first to make 8. Second game of this session. And if he spears in this first ball, it looks like he might get out. Oh, and he floats the cue ball very nicely for the 14 ball. And he's going to go ahead 2-0 in the race to 4. Bill Staton. Without the fly swatter.
Well, the fly didn't bother him after all. He pocketed it right straight in. Buddy hauled a break, too, and this is...
This is the scenario you mentioned earlier, and it's not a comfortable setting for Efren Reyes, trailing 2 games to 0 and having to give up the break, which is a substantial advantage normally. And Beanie, we've gone to the other table in the final 4. What's your assessment of those 2 guys?
I'll tell you what, that is a very tough match. I'm looking over there and trying to figure out the score, and it looks like it's
still game number 1, it appears.
Still game number 1, and they're down to 1 ball. So it is a very tough match.
Yeah, Dalton comes off a big win last night over Nick Varner, Hall of Famer from Owensboro, Kentucky. And their match went the full 7 games and got done probably 10 to 4.5 hours later. All right, Buddy Hall breaking in game number 3, leads the match 2-0, Bill Staton.
The applause that you heard in the background was for Cliff Joyner. He pocketed the 8th ball and won the game. He now leads 1-0. There's a much better break for Buddy. The only thing better that he could have gotten out of this would have been that the 4 ball would have passed by the 13. It's kind of out of sight of your screen there on the right. There we go. The 2 balls that you see there are just to the right of your screen.
Well, Efren studies this layout. And we had mentioned earlier about getting balls on both sides of the corner pockets. He's got the 4 and the 13 above the corner pocket, and the 8 and the 14 to the lower left side of the corner pocket, which requires that he's going to try to park the cue ball in between both of them, close to his opponent's corner.
Well, he's shooting a 3 back into the
Yeah, I think he's going to float the... No?
I don't like that shot at all. But look at the control of the cue ball.
Well, he knew that was standing after hitting the stack. Anything else coming over that way, he left the cue ball in a position where Buddy has no offensive shot at the 15, the 4, the 13, it appears.
Oh, he has definitely an offensive shot here. He can shoot the 15 into that 13, and I think he would make it.
Yeah.
But it's a very risky shot. Now, I think he's electing to just kind of cross. I think he's going to end up shooting this 15 into the 13. I don't think he's going to try to shoot the 13. He thinks he can make the 13. He's just looking down there to see if he could bank the 8 ball.
It's too dangerous of a shot, though, I think, and he's elected not to do it. He's going to play safe off the 5 ball.
Just put the cue ball about halfway to the corner pocket. That's even better than halfway to the corner pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But he has left him a shot on the 3 ball across corner to move some balls around, unless this ball comes up and blocks it. Well, Scott, you're the tournament director. We started with how many players?
49 of the world's greatest one-pocket players assembled at this trip in Baton Rouge. Beenie, when February we were here earlier, there were 81 players. We're not exactly sure of the reason why the field declined a little bit, but the quality of the field has improved tremendously with the addition of Efren REYES of the Republic of the Philippines, and also his fellow countryman Rodolfo Lua joined us this trip.
Well, we got players from just about not every state in the union, but we got them almost.
Yeah.
And we even got them as far away as Alaska, and like you say, the Philippines.
Right. All right, Efren plays safe, and he leaves the cue ball in the corner pocket. And we're back at game number 3. Here's Buddy Hall. And he did come up with a better break. Efren's managed to reposition the balls here. He hasn't given up much of a shot to Buddy. It looks like he's going to try to bank the 8 ball. All right, he's shooting at the 6, and he's just going to float the cue ball to the rail, or is he going to try to come in by the 12 and the 2?
Could come by with the 12 and the 2. That's what he's elected to do.
Oh, nice shot. All right, well...
what do you think Efren's going to do here? Well, he's looking like he's going to try to put the cue ball all the way down to the end rail. See the ball way down at the end of the table?
Ball, yeah.
That's where he's going to try to put it down there under it. Let's see how close he comes on it. There it is, coming. Is it underneath?
Pretty much. Amazing. Well, he's dared Buddy to go ahead and shoot at this combination again. But I think Buddy...
Buddy would almost be betting the game on making that combination. And right now he has quite a bit of an advantage here in this particular game. So I don't think what he's going to do, well, it looks like he's going to shoot the 6 down here towards his 4 and 13, which are the 2 balls nearest his pocket. And he's putting a cue stick down there where to leave the cue ball. And that's about where he would have to put it, over there on the rail. He's looking to see how easy the 12 ball would be. That's the ball furthest to the left there, just beside of the spot of which he would be leaving Efren. Well, he's elected to just try to play a safety off this 6 and bring the cue ball down here. Look where he has parked it. I'll tell you what, that's exactly what he had in his mind to do. And, you know, for a shot like that, this crowd, you know, they know the game of one pocket, and they applauded for that shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he left it in such a position that, well, Efren has some kind of little bank on the 12 here, but he runs the risk of giving up the selling the whole farm here, Beenie.
No, I don't think he can even get to the 12. He's just going to take a deliberate scratch. Put the cue ball down there near the chalk.
Mm-hmm.
Near the chalk. See the chalk there just to the left of it?
Right.
That's where Buddy moves the coin over and Efren knows the ball. Buddy would like to do approximately the same thing here again.
Try to thin the 12 and leave him down here in the corner.
He could thin the 6 ball here and do the same thing, just like he did before, only a little thicker on the 6. Go into the side rail. That's what he's looking at right now, and trying to put the cue ball. He's looking at other options. That's one.
Well, the pace of the third game slowed down a little bit compared to the first two. On the other match, it appears that Joyner has taken a 1-0 lead over Dalton in the other quarterfinals.
What he's thinking about doing is he's just down checking to see what he would leave in the event that the cue ball slid too far. He's going to come off this 6 ball, and hopefully he would like to hit just about the diamond, the first one below the side pocket on the right. Let's see how close he comes to it.
Between the side rail and the 12.
Yeah. Yes, and parked the cue ball almost back where he was. He went a little different. He decided to get down under it. Now on that shot he accomplished a couple of things. He moved the 6 ball out where it would be a lot more accessible to get into in the event that, let's see, Efren's going to shoot the 8 ball. Well, he's decided to just wait his time, be patient. You know, a good shot right here for Buddy is, see the 5 ball that's right there close to him, the orange one, is to come off it on the lower side, go 2 rails, and put the cue ball back between that 9, 11, and 2. But I usually elected to do something else.
It looks like he's going to shoot the 14 and follow through it and use the upper part of the stack to block those balls there. So he knocks the 14 down table. Puts the cue ball on the side rail, and it looks like the 5 is shielded, and the 4 and the 13, which are the 2 balls on your right-hand lower part of your screen by his by Buddy's pocket.
He's playing the 9 ball toward his pocket, a kiss off the 11.
Well, not quite. He played safe and
okay.
Put the cue ball down below the 5.
He double-crossed me one more time.
But he doesn't give up much here. And, but he also accomplished the fact of opening a couple balls up in case he gets started on a run. But he's going to thin the 11.
That's what I thought he should have done the last time. And he left Efren a very easy shot the last time. Now he has left Efren a chance to bank this 5 ball, put the cue ball into that 4-13, which is nearest Buddy's pocket. And if he should make it, he's got he'd be the favorite in this game. Here we go. Oh, he must not have been able to hit it. From here, the camera angle looked like he had plenty of room to hit that ball.
Yeah, it's a little deceiving for sure. All right, Buddy Hall here. He doesn't have enough to shoot at the 5, but he appears to be getting Efren a little more out of position here every shot.
You know what has really been strange? Those 2 balls, the 4-13 down there near Buddy's pocket on the right-hand side, there next to the chalk, have not been moved during this entire, I don't know, 10 or 12, 15 innings maybe.
Mm-hmm. Does it appear that the 4 clears? It doesn't, does it?
No, the 4 ball. He's talking about the ball there on the right-hand side, just above the 13 ball. It does not clear. Now, had it cleared, Buddy would have shot at it a few times from down the end rail.
Right, I guess if they haven't moved it, it's been sitting there the same way. Huh? Okay, here he goes.
Buddy's going to come off this 9 ball and come back up
into the
2 ball and the 11. There's the 9 ball. And I think he's all right, but he wanted to be absolutely right up against it. Efren is going to shoot this 8 ball into the 5, knocking both of them away. This 4 or 13, no, he's elected not to knock them away.
Well, Efren's got him really in a jam behind the 5 ball here, but he's going to just thin the lower side of it, and is he going to try to use the 2 and the 11 again here?
If he can hit enough of the 5 ball. Yes, that's what he's trying to do. Right up against the 2-11. You notice that ball kind of drifted back this way, and Buddy's looking at it kind of disgusted like. I see a shot here if Efren wanted to take a big chance. Is bank the 9 ball, put the cue ball down there to 14. You know, he's left him that shot a number of times.
Right.
But that 13 ball I still think is quite an easy shot. I would say if he were ahead 2 games to nothing, he would have probably have shot the 9 ball. The 9 ball being the ball, he'd try to bank it. Put the cue ball way down there in the corner where the 14 ball is. But he's behind. He cannot afford to take any chances now.
Yeah. Well, they wrapped up the second game on the other table there.
I think the applause that you heard was for Shannon Dalton. I think he's tied the score at 1 game apiece.
All right, Buddy's coming off the 10. Goes to the side rail, parks the cue ball close to the 9 ball. Well, it's a tough little game of cat and mouse here. Looks like Efren's going to do something. I'll slide off the 13 ball.
It's finally moved. But it didn't move in that much of an advantage for Buddy there. Buddy's going to try the same thing again here. He's going to go off the 5, try to put the cue ball near the 2-11. The 5 ball is the ball nearest the cue ball there. He'll just hit it very thin, go over to the side rail, and come back the 2-11 that you see there. No, he's electing to knock him down the table. Here we go. If he shoots this shot, what I think it is, the balls are going down the table, and it may be a long match. So he's just shooting the 5 into the 12. I'm afraid they're going down the table now.
Well, it's game number 3. Hall leads 2-0. And neither player giving much daylight up here, Beenie.
I'll tell you, it's amazing with all the balls and all the options of the shots. And these guys have played, I'm guessing, 15 or 20 innings. And neither has given up a shot of any description. You guys try this at home sometime in one pocket and see how many innings you can play against an opponent without giving up any kind of a shot.
Oh, it takes me a couple minutes and I give up something. I know that.
Yeah, I'm going to put something in action.
That's why I'm in the booth here.
Yeah.
So you showed up a day late to get in the tournament, huh, Bill?
Well, I'll tell you, I thought the tournament started on Thursday, October the 29th. And I actually had plenty of time. I stopped in Biloxi, Mississippi, and, you know, for one extra day, stopped in the casino. It was a nice day at the casino, though.
Good.
And I came in the next day, which was Wednesday, about 5 o'clock, and they had already begun. I was going to play in the tournament.
Yeah.
I had practiced a little bit. I don't think I could play at this level of play, but I might have won a few matches.
No, the ever modest Bill Staton, one of the legends of the game.
Well, that's very nice of you. But it would have been fun. I always enjoy coming back, and it probably did me a favor. It didn't put too much pressure on my heart.
Yeah, there's pressure here with these guys, I'll tell you
You're
that.
kidding.
All right, and Buddy Hall keeps the pressure on Reyes right now. Reyes knocks the 11 up table. It goes in, so it'll come to the foot spot. And the balls are opening up now. This could be a dangerous position here for either one of them. If one of them elects to go for a Harrigan or a bank shot and get behind the rest of the balls, they can get out.
Efren has one place he can play safety. See the 14? Well, you can't see it from here. The 14 is way up there in the right-hand corner pocket. If Efren gets in a position where he can see that ball, he will definitely shoot that ball in and leave the cue ball there. Because these 3 balls on Buddy's side, they're all a long combination. He would not dare shoot it.
Right.
But Buddy will protect that 14. It's hard to believe, but he'll protect that 14 down in the corner. No, he didn't here. Wait a minute. But he got some relief from that. But you know what I think he'll shoot? I think he'll shoot the 5 ball. The 5 ball is just at the top of your corner. There it is, near that corner pocket up there. That would be my shot there. If none of the 7 ball is not good for a combination kiss, I promise you that I think he'll shoot the 5 ball.
Now, he's going to 2-rail that ball?
Oh, he's just going to knock it on his side and let the cue ball follow forward. I mean, he does not have a chance of making it, but he'll. There's the 5 ball. Told you he didn't have a chance to make it, but he put it down in position. Now you see how that part of the table is safety for him.
Yeah, he's got, Buddy has 3 balls all lined up in a row. Nothing close to the hole to warrant the shooting the combination.
You know, there were all 15 balls on the table there, and he had a selection to shoot them all. Now, I read of him one time correctly that he shot the 5 ball down there, which was way away, and a lot of people wouldn't even realize that. And if he gets down here again, and there's not any more balls that will fit in Buddy's pocket, he will shoot that 14 ball in, which is right there to your right of Buddy's hand in the pocket there. He can still do it. No, he cannot hit the 14 now. Well, I think Reyes has decided to go for it. He doesn't want to.
So he's going to have to start with a bank on the 10?
No, it would be the 4 ball if he did. The only thing about it is a very risky shot.
Well,
it would not be any hesitation on his part if that 4 were down this way about 3 inches. This is a very aggressive shot. If he makes it, figures to win the game. If he misses it, figures to lose. All right, this is the 4 ball.
I think he's looking at the 10 myself.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh, he's going to park the cue ball way down there and try to leave him the same. He's just putting it on his side of the table. He was not actually trying to make that ball.
But it was a nice shot. He advanced the 10 closer to his pocket, put some heat on Buddy, and didn't give up much here.
You see that whole area down there where Buddy is right now is safety because of all those balls that are combination-wise.
Absolutely. So let's see what Cecil can come with here.
He's got several things that he can do here. What I think he's going to do is come off this 6 ball and maybe
put the cue ball behind the 8.
That's what he's thinking.
Well, see how he can hit the speed here. It's a very touchy shot.
He's going to try to put the cue ball behind that black ball out at the end rail near that pocket. There's the cue ball.
Well, he left a little piece of the 10. I'm not sure if he can see enough of that ball to get position or not.
I think he can, just the way he's looking and the way the disgusted look on Buddy's face. Our producer said he cannot play the 10. All right. Well, I think Julian can see better than we can.
Isn't it amazing how fast rumors start?
Julian being our ever-present cameraman up here, he's got a little better angle at that. So apparently I think he's right. All right.
Well, Efren is not looking at shooting offensively at the 10 here. Has he got any kind of way to a combination of ball into it there, Beanie?
No, I don't think so. I think his next shot will be, well, the 14 is not as good a shot now shooting it in the corner pocket because he would leave it. He'd have to bring the cue ball back toward the middle of the table. So actually shooting the 8 ball would probably be the better of the two. He's shooting the 14. He wants the cue ball. Well, he touched it. Now what he did there, he did not want to leave the cue ball all the way over there in the pocket because it would open up where he could shoot the 10 ball, which is the ball down here at Efren's pocket. So he blocked that. Well, let me see. I think he'll shoot the 8 ball and knock it on his side of the table and put the cue ball back where it was, close to where it was.
Being in the upper left-hand corner pocket there where he has no shot at the 10, yeah.
Now, there are a lot of other shots, but that's what comes to my mind right now.
Yeah. Well, that appears what Buddy appears to be studying right now is to move the 8 to his side of the table and make sure the cue ball stays where Efren has no shot at the 10 ball. Okay, he's going to pocket the 14. The 14 comes up. He just leaves the cue ball laying right there in the corner pocket. And doesn't appear that much damage is done here.
No, that 14 was actually a good ball for Efren to have there. But Buddy used it to his advantage there.
Well, does he have a shot at the 14?
I don't think so. There's no way he could play safe then.
Well,
if he shoots this 14, he is almost betting the game on it. The 14 ball being the ball on the spot.
right, and where the 10 is, it almost is covering part of the pocket too.
Yes.
All right.
What I think he has decided to do is come off the 8 ball and bring the, well, he's got to draw the ball back. He stopped it. He left the shot at the 8 ball, but it's a testy one.
Yep.
He should miss it.
2-0 favor Buddy Hall. Race to 4 games. And no balls have been made by either player here. 0-0 at game number 3. Hour and 15 minutes into the match. And Buddy's going to shoot at the 8.
You know, he's going to shoot this real easy, hopefully go into the 12. He missed it.
Yep.
The reason that was like a free shot. He cannot pocket the 12 down. The balls are blocking his pocket. I'll tell you what Efren is thinking. He is thinking about crossing the 4 ball, making the cue ball come back up around behind the 8 and knocking it away and making the 4 in his pocket. Watch. 4 ball, come back up into the 8.
Ooh.
Now he was a little unlucky not to make that ball.
He caught a little bit of the 10, he would have been home free.
Yes. But it's exactly what he did. And look at the control of the cue ball.
Well, he's got a little heat on Buddy now, but will Buddy just give up the 4 here?
Buddy doesn't want to, but he's going to have to. And he's going to have to try to leave the cue ball right there and leave the bank on the 8 ball, which is a tough shot. He'd be betting the game on it almost. But he has to give up the 4 ball here. He would like to put the cue ball behind the 10 there. You see the 10 there? Just bring it up an inch or so. Let's see. That's what he's trying to do. He didn't do it. But he left him on the rail. One good thing I think that Efren can do here is if he decides to bank at this 8 ball, the 8 ball being the one on the right there nearest the rail, the cue ball would go directly into that 13 ball off the rail. So it's not a free shot, but it is if he executes it perfectly. He left Buddy a little shot on the 7. The only thing about it, there's hardly any other balls that will fit other than the 6. Maybe the 13.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to get on the same line as where the 3 ball is, which is the furthest ball up table to even get a shot at the 13. That might spring him for a couple more balls on, but they're both proceeding with caution here.
That's what he's going for. If he does shoot another ball, it'd be the 6 or the 3. It'd be the 6.
Oh.
Now it's not a free shot on this 6 ball.
Well, they're still in game number 3 on the other table. It's still game number 3 here. We're at the Bella Baton Rouge in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. ACCUSTATS Video Productions here. Buddy Hall, the rifleman. He's a defending champion of this tournament, too. He won the 81-man field here in February, earlier this year, Weenie.
Well, he's making a statement that it wasn't a freak, or it wasn't a fluke. You're right. Well, this is Halloween. My producer said, reminded me it wasn't a fluke instead of a freak. This is Halloween, Pat.
Touche.
Oh,
well, Buddy makes his 6 ball, and he's got a shot in the 8.
I don't think he'll shoot that 8 ball. That's a real thin cut there. He was a little unlucky not to get a little better shot than that.
I think he's going to
He's bluffing.
Right in.
He's bluffing. I can see it.
Well, you're right. He's going to move the 10 out and put the cue ball by the 8.
You got it.
I didn't get as far as he wanted to, but
he's all right. There is only one shot here for Efren Reyes. He will shoot the 2 ball and put the cue ball way down the table near the right-hand corner pocket.
Right.
He would like to have a little more of an angle because he's got the 2 ball being the blue ball up near the side pocket on the left-hand side.
Same thing off the 9?
I don't think so, no. If he were to do that with the 9, the cue ball would run into the 13 or the 15. He also has another shot. He can shoot the 3, which is the furthest ball down the table, and just let the cue ball drift over the rail. It wouldn't be an offensive shot. It would just be a good safety shot. So I think that's what he's elected to do. What he'll do is just cross his 3 a little bit, knock it about halfway down the table. Well, he's just electing to make sure he puts the cue ball right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, you call it, Beanie. He's continued all game long to use the 15 and the 13 there.
Yeah, those balls are actually a detriment to Buddy being there, the 2 balls next to the side pocket there. And Efren can use that whole area down there to, well, Buddy's elected to just knock this ball over toward his side and put the cue ball over near the corner pocket and leave him a shot at this 2 ball. Actually, I think he'll just shoot this 2 ball and let it drift down there. Should he make it, it'd make him a favorite in this particular game.
What about the 5-1 here? There's no shot there. Huh?
No. He's just going to shoot the 2 ball and let the cue ball drift over here toward the right-hand side, possibly touching the top of the 5. But if he wants to shoot it aggressively, he'll have to put some lower English on it.
Oh. Well, Efren studies this.
He's looking to see the 3 ball over there on the side. Let me see what he's looking at. He's looking at the 9 ball, but the 9 ball is not a very good shot, because he would go into the 4 ball and possibly leave Buddy a shot. Well, he's elected to shoot the 5. Now he's hoping to knock this 1 ball off this 8 ball. Let's see if the 1 comes off the 8. There's the 8.
Ooh.
You know, he would have been able to make that if he was not ducking a little more than he was. Buddy's got a chance to win the whole game here.
Absolutely.
If he can just make this 8
Does
ball.
he have 2 balls here? He needs 6. Yeah. Would put him in a commanding lead too, a 3-0 lead in this race to 4.
Boy, he did that absolutely perfectly. Shot it.
That's
He
3.
deliberately wanted to go into that 9 ball. That's 3 balls. He's playing for 5.
He's got the 4 and the 14. If he can move that 5 ball out of the way, he's in pretty good shape. Might not even need to.
Yeah, he's got a lot of opportunities here.
Well, they had a Calcutta auction here, Beanie, a couple nights ago with 16 players left, and it generated almost 17,000.
Efren REYES went for 5,000.
Yeah. So whoever went in with Efren is out there squirming right now. I think that gentleman's birthday was yesterday too.
Efren's birthday?
No, his friend Mark.
Oh, Mark.
Went in with him.
Oh, okay. Well,
I might be
Efren's
mistaken.
not out of the tournament should he lose this match. I got a feeling they will meet again tonight at 7 o'clock.
Okay. So Buddy's playing for 4, I believe. Or 3 here he needs.
Yes, Buddy playing for 3 to take a 3 to game nothing.
Yeah.
3-game lead.
3-0.
That'd be hard to overcome. I don't care who they are.
Yeah.
But it's just going to play the 5 ball, come back a few inches, and play the 4 next. Boy, he plays beautiful position. He got just on this ball, even little small things like this. He's just got a little small angle where he'll draw back in the middle of the table there and play the 10 ball next, and he's out.
Yep. So we can look for Buddy Hall to take a 3-0 lead here in this race to 4.
I'm going to concede this to him.
Me too.
Okay.
Buddy, you don't have to shoot him.
All right.
Efren's not going for it though. So, were you here at the evening session last night, Beanie?
You know, I was not here yesterday.
We had the last 2 matches on the winner's side last night at 7 o'clock. It was standing room only in this room here at the Bell of Baton Rouge.
Well, a lot of these fans don't get up at, and this is noon here in Baton Rouge.
Right.
And tonight they will be filled up. It'll be sold out.
It's a gorgeous day out too. I'm sure people are enjoying the beauty of Baton Rouge this time of year. I was already out to the boat this morning out there in the river, and it was quite a scene.
It is beautiful out there. Efren Reyes to break in game number 4. Uh-oh.
He almost had that 12 ball sneak out on him there and kicked out towards Buddy's pocket. But he managed to get the 15 almost in the jaws of his pocket. He trails 3-0, and Buddy comes to the table. What's he going to do here, Weenie?
I don't know, but I honestly don't know. From the beginning, there's so many different shots that you can try or do.
Yeah, that 15's pretty close to Efren's pocket, though.
Yes, I know it does not leave him many areas. He's looking over here to possibly put him on the rail.
Yeah. That's all that it looked like he had to me, too.
When they get a ball like this, if the ball would be just a little bit more off the rail, Buddy has hardly any place to play a safety.
Right.
But here, he's just going to drift over to the rail.
But he still has to hit at perfect speed.
Yeah. Well, let's see how close the cue ball is to the rail.
Kind of looked like a rock there, man. Well, Dalton's taking a commanding lead over there, 3-1 over Cliff Joyner. 3-1 Dalton on the other quarterfinal match. That other match is on the one-loss side, so one of those guys has got to go.
The match is far from being over there because Cliff is breaking. Talking about Cliff Joyner
Right.
against Dalton. He's behind 3-1. Cliff is very dangerous. And, Efren here is looking at this one ball. Now you watch this shot. He's going to try to reverse this now one ball. He's got a little sideboard. If he can hit the rail up there without catching the corner. Look at this shot. I just got to amaze. It was there and without a doubt.
You called it, Beanie. Well, Efren banks at one end there, uses a 15 ball to open the pocket up. And now he's above the stack.
Well, I don't think the 15 ball will fit, so he'll have to shoot the 3 ball.
Is he going to play position on the 10 after that?
It's either that. It's what he's looking at right now. What he needs to do is make this 3, go forward about, maybe 3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Or he can draw back. I think he's just going to go to the drift over to the right.
5 and the 13 now.
You can't place it any better than that for the 10 ball because you got to have enough room to get by the 9 ball there. He'll just spin this in. He's got several choices here. He can go in. He can just. Well, let's see. He's spinning it in. He's going around for the 15 or the 7
or the 13. Oh, he's going way up top. You're right.
Yeah. Now, I think he will shoot this 15 in and then drift the cue ball down about the 2nd diamond on the left-hand side.
Right.
And then he will have he's looking at the 5-13 combination, possibly even the 8-14 combination.
Absolutely.
So he'll just shoot this in. He wants to come down and hit the side rail. He's playing for the 8-14.
No, I think he's looking at the 5-13.
Yes, you're right. 5-13.
Well, he didn't get much after that.
No, he certainly didn't.
Does the 14 go off the 4, I wonder?
I don't know. It's hard to tell from up here. He's talking about this green striped ball there in the middle.
Yeah, the 8-14.
Going off the 4. I don't know. He's not looking very positive, so I don't know.
Well, he needs to be careful of the 12 ball that's laying very close to Buddy Hall's pocket, because he doesn't want to get this far and then give up a shot to Buddy to where he could have a position play on a 2nd ball here. So I might just leave him in the stack too, no? Ooh, tricky shot.
He was just knocking the balls over near his pocket, and it turned out absolutely perfect for him.
Well, Joyner wins that next game.
If Joyner didn't take any time in winning that game.
3-2 over there.
Yeah, in the quarterfinal match.
Efren, if you notice, Beanie, he ensured the fact that the cue ball was going to stay on that side of the table, not give up a shot at the 12, and at the same time moves a couple balls towards his pocket. So he's put a little heat on Buddy Hall here. Buddy looks like he's going to come below the 2 ball. Rail first. And executes a legitimate shot. So 5, 8, 9. Efren, so you got 5 balls there, huh?
I think he's thinking about coming off the 4 ball. No, he's changed his mind. Put the cue ball way down the table, but with a 5 ball lead, he should start maneuvering these balls down the table.
Well, he looks at the 12, the ball closest to Buddy Hall's pocket, and then he gets up off the shot. When in doubt, leave him on the end rail.
That's the end rail there.
Absolutely. Well, he's shielded the 2 ball by the 7 ball, which is the furthest ball up table there. So Buddy could still take out the 2 by coming rail first on the end rail here.
The only bad thing about that, Scott, is if he does kick at the 2 ball, he would leave an 8 ball bank across the corner. It'd be almost impossible to defend against that. But bank, I mean, you know, coming behind it.
What's he going to do, though?
No, he's in a tough spot here. I mean, a very difficult spot.
How about the 11 off the 14 and just run out?
I would say that I don't know whether it passes by the 12 ball. That's not a bad shot. I'll tell you what he can do. He can play the 11 off the 14 ball there. Let the cue ball drift down here by the 2.
Yeah.
The only thing he's taking a chance is he's leaving the bank across the corner.
Yeah. Well, he didn't like that idea either, I don't think. But he is in a tough spot. Efren's got him on the end rail.
He has got him in a very difficult spot.
He needs 3
here.
balls, and but he can't get to the 2 very easily, so I think he's going to kick at the 2. We'll see if he gives up that bank on the 8. I think he just spotted it just now.
He's looking at it right now. That's exactly. That's what he's going to look at right now. And he's looking for possibly leaving it right where he is there. And how he was going to arrive at that was come off the 9 ball.
Oh, 9 ball and then go to the side rail above the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
That.
Boy, he could still hit that 2, though, huh?
Yeah, but what he's going to do, he's going to scramble these balls down here near the 8. The 9's going to go into 4-14 and then scramble them. Uh-oh. Oh, he really hit that badly.
Ooh, that's what I was wondering about.
I'll tell you what, he got
by that 2.
He got real lucky.
He could have. It could have been a lot worse. I agree with you.
Woo. Yes, he could have.
But I think Efren's still gonna just be able to spin this ball in, and he's sayonara, group Buddy Hall.
I'll tell you what, this is not a real easy shot on this table.
You're right about that.
Ooh.
Boy, he hit it as bad as you could hit it, too, didn't he?
I told you, I'm surprised it went in.
Yeah,
Efren has 6 balls. He's playing for 2. He's just going to go forward, come back across the table, and make the 14 ball the next shot. He got there.
Boy, just barely.
Mm-hmm. Efren is playing for 1. A 14 ball, the green striped ball there. In the corner. Watch, he's ducking on this. Watch the cue ball go behind the 8 ball.
Yep. All right, Efren wins game number 4. The score is 3-1 in favor of Buddy Hall. We're at the Bella Baton Rouge Legends at 1 Puck, and I'm with Weenie Beenie, Bill Staton.
Okay, we're going to take a little break here. We're going to change the tape. This match is running a little longer than we thought, so we'll be right back. Okay, we're back in Buddy Hall to break. Game number 5. Buddy has a 3-1 lead over Efren REYES in a race to 4.
Ooh, the 14 almost kicks out and goes in, Beanie.
You know, you're talking about a good break there for him. Let me tell you what a difficult situation that Efren is in here. He is going to have to kick at this 14, which I don't think he's even considering. But if in the event that he did, you see the 9 ball over there on the left, it's a bank.
Bankable, yeah.
That's right. That's why it's going to be.
Can he float the cue ball off the 9 and into the 14?
Well, it's not easy to float it off, I'll put it that way. I'm not sure. He may try to curve this ball and just make the cue ball. Well, he's in a tough spot. Those 2 balls kissing there as they came out of the pack just threw the 14 ball over in his corner pocket.
And it's in the jaws of his pocket, and even if Efren goes into a situation where he hits a 14, he's at risk to scratch too, isn't he?
I don't think he's going to so much as scratch it controlling the cue ball. He's going to have to put a lot of spin, left-hand English on this ball and jack up, and in the event that it curves too much or not enough.
Ooh, he hit it
Now
nicely.
that's about as. Now you're talking about control.
Yeah.
He was curving the ball with the English that he did not want on it because he'd go up the table where that 3 ball is. The only thing about it, he has left the 1 ball, which is the yellow ball, right above the stack, and Buddy will shoot it and just make it come back over near his pocket. It will not
Stick the
clear.
cue ball right in the top there.
Yes. While he's doing this, he doesn't want to leave Efren anything that he can shoot across corner. Or he might be shooting it into the 9 ball. You never know. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, he can come below the 9 and have a little ticky-tick, have the 1 ball coming down the...
I think he's going to hit it straight into it. Well, that's exactly what he wanted to do. You look at the speed
Very
of
nice
that shot.
Very nice.
Efren is
now he's
in.
got a ball back in the jaws of his pocket. Efren's in the middle of the stack, and not much place to shoot here.
I'll tell you what, Buddy has just played beautifully.
He
His
has.
thought process is.
He's made very few mistakes at
good.
all. Efren's had not much to shoot at. He's had to invent shots to overcome the slyness of Buddy Hall today.
Efren's either going to take a scratch on this shot or just try to hit some balls over toward his pocket and park the cue ball about where it is now in that
Tell you
area.
what, this Buddy Hall, though, is just all year long. It started right here at the Baton Rouge in February, Beanie. He's on a roll. He's won 4 major tournaments. Won stop number 1 in the Camel Tournament, the Legends of One Pocket. Stop number 2 in the Seniors, the United States Open 9-ball Championships. He's just having a banner year. And
You can't ask for any more.
no, and,
Wow.
there's nobody going to convince him that he's not playing good right now, I'll tell you.
I know you were in Norfolk at the U.S. Open 9-ball championship, and let's see.
Efren, what's he doing here?
I think he's bluffing. Yeah, Buddy played in the finals of the U.S. Open 9-ball championship. You know, Tang Ho got to the finals, and Buddy, there was a race to 13, and Buddy beat him 13-5.
11-5.
It was 11-5.
Single
All
race
right,
to 11.
you're right.
Yeah. But,
All right, you were there. I got Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah. Well,
But it was, you know, when you beat somebody 11-5 that makes it to the finals of a tournament, you have really accomplished something.
Yeah.
Means you're playing well. He's equally playing as well here. What he's going to try to do is knock his 10 across the side and leave the cue ball there in
between
the
the
pack.
2 and the 15 there, stuck right in the middle.
But he's just getting in deeper and deeper. But
Well, he didn't have much choice of anything there, and he's going to try to just outweight Buddy Hall, see if he can force the old grizzly bear to make a mistake. But I don't like his chances. The old grizzly bear.
my buddy has, you know, he can let him out of this trap by just going off the 13 all the way down to the end of the table, but he leaves him open where he can knock those balls away.
Well, if he hits a good enough speed, can he get to the side rail though?
Maybe, but the only thing about it, I think Buddy will take a scratch. Well, he's going to try to just knock the 2 loose and stop right there.
Oh,
That's
not
just
bad.
about as good as a scratch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy,
Except
he
don't
has
give
got.
up a ball.
He has. Yes, you're right. He has got Efren in a tough spot here.
Efren, has he got a shot at? Can he shoot the 7 below the 9 and kiss it in, carry it in off the 9, and spring himself?
I tell you what, I don't advise it.
That's what he's going to do. You wait and see. If he can get it by that 11 ball.
I wish I knew what was going on in his mind. What he's looking at right now, he's looking and considering this, shooting a 13. Now he's going to take a scratch.
That's not a bad play. He's just going to be patient and see if he can come with see if Buddy loosens up the vise here a little bit. Doesn't
I
look
don't
like any
think
sign
Buddy's
of
going
it.
to loosen the vise up. Now, Buddy has an easy shot here to put him back in a similar situation. Just hit the 13.
I think he's got a shot at the 1, doesn't he?
No. He's just going to shoot the 13 down the table and draw the cue ball back approximately where he is now.
Well, leading 3-1, he's got Efren on a ball. And balls all around his pocket. Buddy's in definite control of this match. And next door in the quarterfinals, the other 2 gentlemen in the Final Four on the 1-loss side, Dalton and Joyner. Dalton's ahead 3-2. It's quite a crowd that assembles for these legends in one pocket. They're very knowledgeable in the game, and they're very patient. They very tough, man. They stuck it out last night pretty late. Grady sent me home early.
Okay, here he is, going to shoot the 13, put the cue ball. He meant to draw the cue ball back a little further than that. He may have for instance, you notice the cue ball is a little bit loose. It's got several inches between any of the balls.
Right.
It means that you can cue it a lot better, and you don't have to hit it on the top. Now you got some options. You can draw
Right.
it, stop it, and Efren is still in a very difficult situation.
Well, it looks like he's got an idea here.
He's got an idea. Well, the 8 ball must fit. Or he's bluffing one or the other.
Sure doesn't look like the 8 fits.
I don't think it does. What he was thinking of doing is putting the cue ball back up in the right-hand corner pocket and leave him a combination on that 3. But if he doesn't get the ball right on the rail, the cue ball that is up there,
Right.
the 1 ball is
It's all for naught, huh?
Yes.
He'll have a shot at the 1, and if he doesn't, if he's not careful, he's going to leave him in a spot where he can play position on the 10.
Well, I think he's elected to shoot to 15. Well, he's looking at the 8 ball. It must have a half a pocket. It does not look like it'll fit. The 8 ball. Now he's going to control this cue ball. Now watch the cue ball be almost on the rail up there. That's what he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Is a now the reason
Great
this
shot
combination is not good is if he shoots the 3 into the 1,
Anything could
the
happen.
3's going to go over this way, over towards Efren's
Right.
pocket. And if it doesn't jump back out off the 10 ball, he would not have another shot. So that was an excellent play on.
It sure
And Efren
would.
hit it about as well as you could, because I don't think there was enough room,
Right.
full pocket.
So Buddy's just going to give him the 8 here, isn't he?
That's the only choice he has here.
Or is he going to park the cue ball right
I
there?
think he's going to go back up near about halfway up toward the side.
Yeah.
Just the way you shoot.
Okay. very
Is that
nice shot.
halfway up to the side?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now that's what he was trying to do,
Go.
of course. Efren has paid
All
his
right,
ball.
pays
He's
his ball
even.
back,
He moves
moves
the
the-
coin back to the center.
And he's back to square one. And Buddy leads 1-0, it appears.
Efren may try to shoot the 8 ball across the balls and leave the cue ball back down there again. It's a very difficult shot. I would advise Efren to shoot down to the other end. He's not doing it. He's kicking it to 1 ball. It's an easy ball to hit, knock away, and possibly play even a safety at the same time.
I like that shot selection.
The reason the 8 ball is a very good shot, if he can park the cue ball again on that rail over to the right. And that's what he's going to try to do.
I don't think so.
Oh, he's going to put him in the pack there, it looks like.
Shoot to 15, knock the ball over. Look at this shot.
Now that's very good.
Yeah, that was a cute shot there because now Buddy still doesn't have any clear daylight of this shot, and Efren's got the 5 and the 9 by his pocket, and the plot is thickening.
Yes, it did on that shot. Now there's where Efren is so far advanced than most one-pocket players. You know how many shots that he has shot that he has not given up Buddy an open shot on his 1 ball. Look where the 1 ball is.
Yeah.
Try this at home with one of your friends or something. Put a ball over there and try to take, I don't know how many innings you can before you give him a shot.
Right.
And then also rearrange the balls.
Yeah.
Got even, and that it's almost.
He might be in the driver's seat here now.
Well, with Buddy shooting, he's in the driver's seat.
Buddy doesn't even have the luxury of either of those balls being real close to the pocket where he can kick down the end rail and kick it in like you were talking about Efren's shot on the 1 earlier.
But Buddy is thinking about taking a scratch and kicking all the way down to the end rail and bringing the cue ball back down near that 5 and 9, just to the left of your screen. That's what he's considering right now. Just taking a deliberate scratch.
It's still a tough shot to execute it perfect and get the speed right.
Yes.
It's well worth giving up the ball, but I think you've got it figured out, Weenie Beenie. You're a mastermind.
Well, he may take a scratch too. That's what he was considering doing then.
Just butting into the 4 here.
Well, he was just thinking it, but he does not want to leave a shot on the 4 ball. I like the idea of it taking a scratch. He can take a scratch by, well, he doesn't want to take a chance on leaving the 4 ball straight. He's going to kick the original 1, but he looked over all the options. Cue ball will be down there near the 9 on the side pocket, on the side rail, I mean.
Ooh.
That's about as well as he could have done it. You notice he does not leave the 1 ball across the corner bank.
Yeah, he has a ball to pay, and so they're both at square 1. Meanwhile, Joyner and Dalton are 3-2 in favor of Dalton. Well,
these guys are putting each other in difficult positions. I mean,
boy, yes. Now he might have to take that shot you were talking about before, kicking for the end rail and pocketing the 1 maybe.
That's not a bad shot. And he also, at the same time, he's looking at just that particular thing.
Yeah,
he's also looking at that 13 ball down there. If he could shoot into it and leave the cue ball over near the corner pocket, but that's not easy to put the cue ball over off at 13. I think he has an excellent shot at kicking at this 1 ball.
Well, for some reason he's overlooked it. They might be eyeballing it now.
Right now, he's looking at it. The reason being, he can come down, and if he gets in between the 1 and the rail and kicks it out, he hides the 9 and the 5 on the left-hand side.
Yep. Oh, he's got different ideas. No, he's coming back to it.
I don't know what he's planning on doing here.
I think he's kicking it to 1. Doesn't appear to
Not
have
this way.
No.
That's a terrible shot, unless he gets underneath the 13. That's a terrible shot.
Yeah.
The only good thing out of that
He
is...
didn't get to the rail there?
No, he did not get to the rail. He moved the coin over. Efren knows one. That, I thought, was a very poor shot on his part, thinking part. He could have kicked it this 1 ball. What he wanted to do was leave him up there. He left him in a position. If he pockets the 1, he might go into the 10, which is right there beside of it, because he's got to cut the 1. But he can hit this... well, I don't see a lot of position play on this one.
Well, by not getting to the rail, no.
He's just going to hit this pretty good, I think.
Very good. Does he have a shot at the 12? He can spin this backwards, can he?
It's not an easy shot, but I think he'll shoot it. I'll just try to spin this back. What's he going to shoot next?
Well, I think the cue ball is going to go into the 7 and 11 there, right?
Not if he's... Well, I guess
Like
you
that.
got it.
Nice shot.
Couldn't ask for better anything. Now look at this.
Boy, he opened
He's
the
going to
mind
shoot
up.
the 6 and break up the 14 and the 8.
So Efren knows the ball, but he's on 3 now, and he's got 5 balls laying out there. He's going to move the 8 and the 14 right here.
That's right.
And I think he sees the road home. Uh-oh.
Wow.
That was
Boy,
an
he wanted
unexpected
to...
development there.
Yes, it was. He's got a shot, but it's not what he wanted. He wanted 8 and 13, which are right there by the spot, to
14,
break up.
Right.
8 and the 14, yes.
Right. Oh, it could have come out much better than that, but
He's going to shoot the 11 in the corner pocket and go into those 2 balls next to the side pocket.
I think he's going to go avoid those myself.
All right,
Maybe
he's
you're right.
avoiding them, right? I think he's avoiding them. No, he's not.
No, you're right. Oh, what a shot. Great
Did they
shot.
break up well?
Well, it's kind of made up for the 8 and the 14, not breaking
aren't
well
kidding.
before.
Buddy has 5
kind of
balls,
down 5,
playing
huh?
for 3 and the match.
Well, they got a barn burner over there on the other table. They got all the balls the other end of the table. Dalton needs 3 games to 2. But he's just counting down again here to make sure where he's at. He's got 4 in his tray. But he should have another ball somewhere. 7-1 in balls for Dalton, huh? Well, Shannon the Cannon's got the heat on Cliff Joyner over there for sure. All right, here's Buddy Hall. He's playing for 3, right?
Playing for 3. He'll just make this ball drift over, and the next shot will be the 10 or the 2.
But he breathes a little sigh of relief there. I think he likes the chances
He
from him.
should.
That ornery old grizzly bear.
Buddy is shooting the 2 ball, playing for 2, playing for 1.
And Buddy's going to be in the hot seat of this tournament, waiting for somebody to come around. And it's not quite an advantage in the old days, but whereas the losers' record is erased coming from there'll be a single race to 5 games in the finals. And Buddy's worked his way into the finals tonight, Weenie Beenie. It's been a pleasure working with you here, pal.
It's my pleasure, Scott, and I want to compliment you once again for all of the work and the headaches and the things that you put up with as a tournament director, let me tell you, you got to have a lot of patience.
It keeps me out of real work, that's for sure, man. And it's quite an honor to run with the world's greatest players all over the world. And I thought he was out now.
I did too.
Because Efren owns the ball. What's it with that?
Well, I know this is enough.
Well, he must have given
And the winner of the match is Buddy Hall. He goes over and congratulates
What are we missing here?
Efren Reyes. I think he made an extra one.
Yeah.
We're going to have an interview. We're going to have an interview with Buddy Hall here. He's going over and whispering something to one of his friends.
I'm going back to work.
And he's smiling. Well, it's been a pleasure working with you, Scott, and continued good work. You almost finished. You take a day off tomorrow.
It'll be a travel date. Then we're in Tulsa on Tuesday, man.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Boy, you keep a busy schedule.
Bye-bye.
Viewers, we're going to have an interview with Buddy Hall in just a couple of minutes, so if you'd like to hear it, just stay tuned. Well, hello, Buddy Hall. I know. Boy, you got a good-looking smile on your face right now. Let me tell you something. That was some match that you played. You guys, unbelievable safeties that you played.
We played a part. Both of us played about as hard as we could play.
I'll tell you what. Buddy, welcome into the booth, and right now I see a big smile on your face. You won this match with Efren Reyes, 4-1. You played great.
Well, I felt good coming into the match. I told the guys that was with me, I said, well, I hope I get to play Efren. When I was playing Nick last night, I said, I hope I get to play Efren, and I hope I win. So both of my hopes came through.
You got to do one more hope. So
Yeah.
I don't know who you'll be playing. It looks like right now it's going to be Shannon Dalton, and Efren will be playing in the losers bracket later on, and of course you're going to be in the finals tonight. Let me tell you something. Your one pocket is improved. I was up here trying to predict some of your strategy and things, and Efren's too. You double-crossed me about a half a dozen times each, so it looked like your what you were doing was much more correct than what I was predicting.
Well, thank you, Beenie. I appreciate that coming from you. I know you're a knowledgeable one-pocket man, and I've been working real hard on my one-pocket game. And I've really been playing good this whole tournament.
Let me tell you, let me compliment you too. I know you play a great game of 9-ball, but I like your one-pocket game better than your 9-ball. Now, that's hard to believe. Let me tell you, this guy won the U.S. Open Championship in Norfolk, Virginia about 2 months ago. There were how many players?
198.
198 players in 9-ball. And I'm telling you, you play better one-pocket than you do 9-ball. And you beat that whole field up there and won in the finals 11-5. That was a great win. I was there, and I was glad to see it. Well, listen, buddy, wish you continued success, and you just played beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, you pretty well said it.
I'll tell you what, we're here at the Belle of Baton Rouge, and we have a knowledgeable audience, and Buddy Hall has proven, and according to my producer, it was not a fluke last year. I tried to say it wasn't a freak. I told him it was Halloween. It was not a fluke, and I can tell you with the way you played there, I'm very proud of you. And good luck to you in the finals tonight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, this is Bill Weenie Beenie Staton signing off from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, from the Belle of Baton Rouge Casino. It's been a pleasure working with Scott Smith, and hopefully I'll be back again maybe later on today.